This is a story about refusing to settle for a less than optimal outcome. Everything begins in the fall of 2017. It was my junior year of college, and the pressure to land a lofty summer internship had never been higher. With my best and admittedly only suit, I headed to the one place to make that happen, the annual career fair. Among a mass of companies, one stood out in particular, that company being Target. From there, as I'm sure you can probably guess, I approached the booth to learn a little bit more about the opportunity. So every Target store, there's a store team leader, and then there's 3 to 4 ETL, executive team leaders, underneath them. In essence, you would be training for 10 weeks to learn what that role really entails, and if you did a satisfactory job at the end, you would have full-time employment afterwards, which was great. After a series of some panel interviews, I learned that I landed the position, and I was just ecstatic because I would get to stay here in Lexington with this great opportunity for full-time employment afterwards. I would get to work at the local store. It seemed to be like a great fit for me, so I just kind of cruised through the rest of junior year. As June approached, I began my start date. I'm not going to go too much into the internship. Just know that it takes a special kind of person to do this role. Now, I quickly learned that I was not that kind of person, and this video is in no way slandering Target. I think it's a great job, it's a great opportunity, but like I said, I just did not fit the mold. It's a labor-intensive job. It says you work 40 to 60, maybe sometimes 70-hour weeks in your contract, and I just have other aspirations like my clothing line that I run, my dog Knox. But as my time at Target wrapped up, they offered me the full-time position and an extended internship afterwards, and I surprisingly accepted. I didn't really know what else to do. It was great salary. I just wanted to have this opportunity in my back pocket, and I kind of had it in the back of my head, as scummy as it sounds, that I could always opt out with another job at any other time. I'm really into digital marketing, as you can probably tell from some of the other videos on this channel, so that's really what I wanted to do after graduation, full-time employment. So I was just applying to a few places, mainly through LinkedIn, Indeedjobs.com, and this platform called Handshake that's for UK graduates and college graduates in general. But I wasn't even getting interviews. I mean, I was really down on my luck. So come winter, I just kind of gave up on the whole thing and settled for the executive team leader position at Target. And that was going to be my future. I was going to be stationed in Louisville, Kentucky. I was looking at apartments. And this really brings us full circle about a few weeks ago. My parents were in town for graduation, and my mom and I drove down to Louisville to look at some of the places, and I really got a snapshot of what my life was going to be. It was all kind of hitting reality with my start date approaching on July 13th. This was going to be my life. I was going to be working these long work weeks in a position I was not entirely enthused about. And one thing that really stuck with me is this quote from Gary Vaynerchuk that's, you only have one shot at life. You have one at bat. You really want to you're spending a bunch of that time working a full-time job. If you're the average person, you really want that full-time job to be something you're not enthused about? So I gave it one last kick. I spent all night applying to jobs, mainly in the Lexington area. I really liked it here, and I just looked for anything marketing. Applied, and I woke up the next morning to a letter from this company called Gals. It's a local company that had a digital marketing specialist opening, and what they do is they actually manufacture athletic wear for policemen and firemen, and then my job would be to do search engine optimization and kind of outsource that out there. So really the perfect fit, because like I said, I run a clothing company, and it would be getting to combine these two things on a much larger scale with a much larger budget, and to be able to gain that comprehensive experience that would be so crucial for me in the future, and just something that I would love doing. So I actually went in the next day, had a series of interviews, and I landed the job, and it was just the most it was the best feeling ever. I mean, it was truly meant to be. You can't script this stuff. And it was just, I knew I shouldn't settle. It kicked in, and I was like, are you really just gonna lay here like a dead horse and accept the way things are? The moral of the story is to never get down on your luck and to never throw in the towel. In the end, you are responsible for your circumstances. You are responsible for how your life pans out. I realized I was never going to get the opportunity again. This is the start of my career. Most likely I'd be continuing on a trajectory with Target for a long time, and I did not want to be going down that road. I saw myself getting complacent, and it scared the hell out of me. With that being said, as you're watching this video, I'm actually currently working my very first day of full-time employment at Gals. I mentioned when I started the weekly uploads that I would be doing them for a while. I might take a break
And it's been 6 months of weekly uploads. I've kept on the grind. There's been a few glitches with technical software, 1 or 2 weeks, but I have not missed an upload. I have my bodybuilding show coming up as well on June 22nd. I've got a lot on my mind. I still love making these videos, but I want to adjust to this time properly. I still will be posting on my newly initiated weekly newsletter. If you want to subscribe to that, the link will be the first one in the description down below. That's going to wrap this week's video up, guys. If it inspired you, please let me know, and I'll catch you guys at the beginning of July, I guess. Peace.